Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It has been so long. I don't know when the last time I did a video was. Thank you guys for everyone who has still been here waiting for me to make another video. I have been planning to make a video for sleep for like maybe a month at this point. And you know, honestly, since I've been pregnant, I've been very tired, but I haven't been getting a good night's sleep. So you know, this is perfect because I know how to get a good night's sleep. It's just like I'm also tired and too lazy to do it. And so I'm not actually making the tea before I go to bed in order to do it. So and so let's, I guess, get started on the video. Okay, so the first herb that I want to talk about is KAVA. KAVA is one of my favorite ones for sleep because it is such a deep and dark kind of sleep. Like it really knocks you out. It is native to the Polynesian areas like Hawaii and you know, Samoa and all those places over there. And what you'll find when you research KAVA is that you'll find that people will say that KAVA should not be used for people with liver problems, which I also personally wouldn't recommend someone use KAVA who has liver problems, who have ever had liver damage. Mainly because if you take too much of it, then it could cause liver damage. And by too much, the traditional way of taking KAVA is to have it powdered and then you put it in this mesh bag and you work it into the water. And people would have cups of it, like large cups of the KAVA. And you know, having large cups of KAVA, that's a lot. That's a lot of KAVA. The way it's in there, it's a lot of the constituent in the water. So you're ending up getting a lot. The way you would get it in like a small tea, if you were to buy a tea that contains KAVA, it would not be enough to cause that problem. You have to have a lot of it to have a liver problem. But if you already have liver problems already, it doesn't make sense to drink something that is going to give you a liver problem in the future. It just doesn't. It's obviously not helping your liver if you're already having issues. But if you have a completely healthy liver, you don't have to worry about that problem. If you're taking it in small doses or taking it in a tincture form, you know, it's completely fine. I've had a few people who have taken KAVA from me. I've made KAVA tincture, and they still order it from me to this day because they used it for learning how to astral travel and learning how to you know, interpret their dreams, because it allowed them to stay asleep a little bit longer. The next one I want to talk about is California poppy. I love California poppy. I have kind of like a special connection with it. I had grown it once and it grew like crazy. It was really easy to grow, so it's easy to have into your yard. It's self-seed, so it's just consistently just like, you know, like building new things. You're gonna have all these flowers everywhere once you start planting it. I love it. It was so easy to grow, and it helps you go to sleep in a very kind of soothing, kind of slow way. I wouldn't say that California poppy is as strong as KAVA, but the way they both work is by affecting the GABA receptors in your brain. They have something very similar to GABA receptors, and they bind to the same receptors GABA does, which helps relieve your anxiety and calm you down, and it also helps you go to sleep. So my story with KAVA and California poppy is that when I was in herb school, we were supposed to like study each plant that they gave us. They give us a box of plants, and we're supposed to study all the plants and, you know, like self-study kind of. And I mixed California poppy and KAVA together, the tinctures, and I tried them. And at the time, I only took them to go to sleep. So I didn't know any other properties for it at the time, other than going to sleep. But the next morning, I woke up in the best mood. I was so happy. I didn't know what was going on, but the whole day was just better already. And so, you know, after I submitted my assignment, I found out that California poppy and KAVA both bind to GABA receptors. Meaning that the reason why I was so happy that day was because I had taken them both the night before, and I was just feeling great because I wasn't feeling any anxiety or stress about going to work or anything like that. I was feeling amazing. So that's one of the reasons why they are my favorite. But California poppy, super easy to grow. It's super easy to use. The flowers are beautiful, so you can have them in your garden, make your house look really nice, and then also pick them and have a nice, you know, relaxing sleep. You use the aerial parts anyway. So the stem, the leaves, the flowers, you can use those. And they're also really great because they don't harm your body in any way. California poppy is like a very mild version, in my opinion, of KAVA. So I love that one. Next is lemon balm. I love lemon balm because it tastes and smells so amazing, and it knocks me out. It is thought to be safe for pregnancy, and so far it has been safe for pregnancy. This is what I use when right now when I can't go to sleep, and it helps me sleep all the way throughout the night. One of my biggest issues is going to sleep and then waking up in the middle of the night and then not being able to go back to sleep, because when you're pregnant you have to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night and you don't want to hold it because it kind of like hurts. And so you have to go to sleep, and you have to, like, you know, you want to sleep through the night because you need your sleep to grow the baby, but also at the same time you know, like, you know, you need to drink the tea. So anyway, I haven't been drinking the tea, but when I do drink the tea, I sleep all the way through the night. And lemon balm is also something that's anxiolytic, so it actually also helps with anxiety. Most of these kind of help with anxiety, because a lot of the time people's brains just like run in the middle of the night, and that's why they're experiencing all of this, like, you know, their brain runs in the night. That's why they're experiencing all this anxiety before they go to bed. So it's hard for them to actually go to sleep because they're thinking about everything they need to do the next day. They're thinking about all these things that have happened in previous days and things like that. So these things kind of help to calm your mind a little bit before you go to bed. The next one is orange peel. I love orange peel because orange peel is just really easy to find. You're gonna get an orange peel, you're gonna want to make sure that it's organic, because if it's not organic, you don't know what's on the peel. The inside, you know, is probably okay, but the outside, you don't know what's on there. So you want to make sure you get an organic orange, and you're going to just take the peel and just, you can dry it, or you can just take that peel and just put it in your hot tea or boil it, whatever you want to do. And it also helps you go to sleep. More stories about my experience with these herbs is that once, a long time ago, when I was first learning how to become an herbalist, I had made a tea for energy, and I added orange peel to it. And I was energized because of all the other stuff I put in there. There was like yerba and all kinds of other stuff in there, and it, you know, was giving me energy. I got my work done, and immediately after I got my work done, I passed out and went to sleep. I was knocked out, and I didn't know what happened. And I had posted it on Tumblr, and someone was like, "That's weird. Orange peel isn't good for sleep, and I mean, isn't good for energy. It's used to go to sleep." And I was like, "What?" And I was like, "That explains a lot." And then, you know, I was like, "Oh man, you know, I just didn't even look it up." You know, I said to the person that I didn't even look it up. But so I learned that day that orange peel is a sedative, and you probably shouldn't add it to an energizing remedy. But it's so easy to find, it's easy to use, it's a bitter, so it's good for your stomach. It can help calm you down. Orange peel mixed with lavender and chamomile is known to help people relieve anxiety before a surgery, or maybe even before you know, something that's going to be, like, you know, very scary. It helps them go to sleep, it helps them relax. Honorable mention about chamomile and lavender. They're great for sleep, but they're very mild. If you are experiencing anxiety, they can help you with anxiety. But chamomile and lavender you can actually take when you're working and things like that, because it doesn't mean you're going to go sleep. It doesn't mean you're going to be tired throughout the day. It's going to calm you down. So I didn't add them to my list because they're very calming, but they're not really, like, they're not something I would use for someone who's having insomnia or someone who's having very difficult, like, time just really going to sleep. These herbs that I'm talking about today are sedatives, and they help for knocking you out and making sure that you can go to sleep throughout the night. without waking up feeling really groggy. Now, there are ways to take these and you do wake up feeling groggy, but these aren't really groggy type plants, like valerian root, or, you know, any type of medicine that you might take, like Benadryl or something like that, ZQuil. But for my last herb at the end of this video, I want to talk about passion flower, mainly because I just have a relationship with passion flower. It is the most interesting looking plant I've ever seen in my life. It's so beautiful, and something about it just kind of draws me to it. So I very much, excuse me, I very much love passion flower. It was one of the first herbs I used to actually sleep. And it really did knock me out. It is a sedative. It's very good for if you are trying to learn about your dreams, or you're trying to relax. Need some water. Need some water. Or you're trying to relax before bed. It's just a very great herb to like really just get you into sleep. If you're trying to stay asleep and really focus on your dreams, it is also a hypnotic, so it is a really good herb for trying to get yourself, you know, in a mode of transmission, or trying to learn what's going on in your subconscious. I love passion flower for that, because when you look at it, it kind of looks like a shaman plant. I don't know if people call it that. That's not really one of the things that's, you know, very particular about it, but something about the plant is very spiritual, and I actually very much love that plant if you are trying to practice astral travel, which is, you know, once again, something that's not for everybody. Or if you're trying to experience your dreams and actually kind of understand what they mean, it'll allow you to go back into that space when you need to. So those are my my top 5 herbs for sleep, my favorite herbs for sleep. One of the other things that I want to mention is skullcap. I love skullcap. You often see it in sleep remedies, but but it's definitely something that's more for relaxation and helping to relieve headaches and things like that, rather than sleep. But you can use it for sleep if that's something that happens to you before you go to bed and you really need to just like really get that kind of thing off your chest. You need to stop being anxious and stuff like that, and then you can go to sleep, no problem. But the problem is that you are anxious before you go to bed. That's also a very good one to use. So thank you guys so much for joining me here on my channel. I have had a really good time doing this. If you have any ideas or anything for the next video, just let me know, because, you know, you all know that I have trouble remembering what or figuring out what videos to do. I've already gotten some of you send me comments about what you think the next video should be. I really appreciate all of those things. I am definitely going to look into doing them. I'm going to try to do these more often now that I have a little bit more energy since being pregnant, but a little bit more energy doesn't really mean anything for me right now. But I do want to get back into doing these more often. Thank you guys so much for sharing this video with me. I guys hope you have an amazing day. Have a great day. Bye.